Welcome to the Prophecy Club. You're going to love this one. Banks, businesses closing. That's not exactly a surprise, but this next one, actually, I've got several surprises for you today. Gazans coming to America. Well, now, what's wrong with that? Okay, so they go in and kill 1,200 people in Israel, kidnap was almost 300 people, and that's what we need to do. We need to bring all of these people in Gaza, they're refugees. We should bring them to America. So, yes, I guess our president does have a hole in his head. Please subscribe and also help Prophecy Club by joining $9.90 a month automatic or more. New report, over 98% of the world's central banks are gearing up for a new system of programmable, trackable, digital cash, and 24 nations will have live CBDCs by 2030. Now, let me talk about this. I've got a picture of my wonderful daughter here, or granddaughter. I've been saying, cell phone is not your friend. It tracks you, monitors you. I've been telling you that they've already made 7 billion of a device very similar, about the same size as your cell phone, but it doesn't make phone calls. This one links to the Skylink satellites, and it tracks you every place. You cannot put a cover on it because both sides are always taking your fingerprint. The camera is always on. The microphone is always on. It's taking your photo. It's always recording your voice. And with this, you only do one thing. You only buy and sell. Now think about it. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark on the right hand or on the forehead. Here it is. And that no man might buy or sell. No man might buy or sell. Now, how can you stop that? How can you monitor that? The only way that can happen is if you can get between the buyer and seller on every transaction on the planet. No man can buy or sell save he had the mark of the name of the beast or the number of his name. This is setting up a system based upon their new cell phone-like device so that everybody has to buy or sell, go through that system. The era of cash money is nearing an end. Now, we've been talking about this for a long time. With it will come an end of privacy. You do know that can track you every place. And probably the time is going to come when we will have to give our life for Jesus, and that's exactly what we'll do. The World Economic Forum claims in a new report that 98% of the world's central banks have agreed to implement the globalist long-awaited dream of a cashless society. Most central banks, such as the U.S. Federal Reserve, are quasi-government institutions. No, they're not. No, they're not. Federal Reserve has nothing to do with any government. It is a private banking organization. In 1913, when people were out for Christmas, through illegal means, took control of our money system. And they print money, and they are the primary problem with finances around the globe today. The WEF is not the first to reveal the plans of a globalist league, which have been preparing for years to eliminate paper fiat currencies. That's right, because why? It should be gold and silver. That way, we can operate without being tracked. But then they went to paper money. And of course, that means that they can print paper a whole lot cheaper and easier than they can gold and silver. But that's not the ultimate plan. The ultimate plan is they have to track so that no man might buy or sell unless he has his new digital device for paying for things. I'm telling you, it's coming. So that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark of the name of the beast. In order to get that, you have to take the mark. Plans to globalist league, which have been preparing for years to eliminate paper fiat currencies. But this latest report indicates the grand plan is now very close to being realized, perhaps just awaiting a triggering event. See, I don't think they're going to wait till 2030. I hear it's supposed to come online in 2025. And that sounds more like it to me. Let's go on, though. As first reported by the Slay News, the latest revelation was made in an 83-page white paper from the WEF, which declares that nations around the world will soon be ready to adopt a central bank digital currency, CBDC. I don't think soon is 2030. I think soon is 2025. I think we could even see it in 2024. In the report titled Modernizing Financial Markets with Wholesale Central Bank Digital Currency, the WEF asserts that a CBDC will replace all forms of money. I'm going to say it again. Will replace all other forms of money. I'm going to say it again. Will replace all other forms of money to serve as a single global digital currency system. How close are we? It's at the door. Another bank failure. Regulator sees Philadelphia-based Republic First Bancorp. Now, how's this fit together? Do you think that these banks are stupid? Do you think the people that run the banks are stupid, or the people behind them, the Federal Reserve, you think they're stupid? I don't think so. I don't think that they are closing the banks, and this is not the first report of them, because of poor management or that they lost money. I think it's all part of the plan. In other words, if the banks are in place, why do we need a digital currency? See how one report plays to another one. So all of this is planned. Now, Stan, can you prove that? Well, as I said the other day, the Bible says that the Holy Spirit will lead us into all truth. So as Christians, feel it here. But a lot of times we can't prove it. And so then they call us conspiracy theorists. Well, there's a whole lot of those conspiracy theories here lately that have been coming to pass, because I think us Christians do feel it in here. We know this is coming. We just can't prove it. We don't know when. And then when we come out with our, well, this is what I think, this is what the Holy Spirit's telling me, well, that's a conspiracy theory. Well, actually, maybe it's a God telling us. This is the fourth bank failure since March on Joe Biden's watch. Philadelphia-based Republic Bank was closed late today on Pennsylvania. It's all a plan. And if you want to, you can pause and read that, but I don't see any necessary reason. This is also part of the plan. Nearly 1,300 stores are closing across the U.S. in 2024. Here's the list. Now I'm going to go through the list. But I want you to understand, not all of these are closing because they don't have the money. I think sometimes people in high places that have connections tell them what's really coming. And they say, I feel like there's going to be a dollar devaluation, 30%, 50%, down to 66%. And the dollar is going to be worthless as leaves blowing in the wind. Maybe we want to start downsizing. Maybe we want to get rid of some of it, maybe even all of the stores. Now, it doesn't say that in the article, but I'm telling you, that's where they're really going. These are some of the stores. Family Dollar, closing 600 stores. Foxtrot, 33 stores. Macy's, it's a big outfit. You think Macy's is going out of business? No. People in high places tell them what's coming. CVS, 300 stores. Foot Locker, 113 stores. Rite Aid, 76. Express, 107 stores. Walmart, you're not bankrupting Walmart. Walmart doesn't need to lose 7 stores. Or maybe there's another reason. My suggestion is that if you have your life savings in an IRA or a 401k or some kind of a life saving, if they're in form of paper, money markets or actual paper in a bank, I would have to say you're at risk. I mean, I can't give any financial advice, but I would suggest that you call these folks. 800-200-GOLD. Actually, a lot of people are doing this. Matter of fact, a lot of other Prophecy Club people are calling them. And matter of fact, they've been shocked by how many people from Prophecy Club are calling them and saying, okay, because they have their eyes open. They have their ears on. They know what's coming. And Prophecy Club people are jumping at this. Look, I don't want to see, I don't want my life savings. I don't have any life savings, but I know some of you do. Some of you work for 20, 30, 40, maybe even 50 years. You don't want to lose all that. These guys can help you. 800-200-GOLD. 800-200-GOLD. On to the next article. Paris Olympics 2024, a new era of AI and biometric surveillance. What's AI? It's artificial intelligence. Okay, well, that's a fancy term. What is it really? Really, it's a fancy computer. It's a fast computer, a quantum computer. It may even be a kind of computer even above quantum. Who knows? But we do know that the image of the beast requires all those rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in the right hand and to worship the image of the beast, and those that don't are killed. We know that. Well, what is the image of the beast? It's something that's not human, that is made human. And, who was it? Jason Meeks had a dream, and he was shown that they are currently working on part human, part machine. And he said in this dream, he says, I was shown that it's kind of hard to tell where human leaves off and machine starts, and they were perfectly integrated. Well, that's really what AI is. That's the image of the beast. So what does this have to do with it? Paris Olympics 2024. It has a lot to do with it. The article says there's a link between the previous Tokyo Olympics and the event now coming up held in Paris. A very convenient excuse to introduce a plethora of new mass surveillance policies and technologies. Why do they want to surveil us? Because if you don't have the mark of the beast, they want to find you. Have you ever watched one of those Purge movies? Had some people suggest I watch one. It's really talking about a conservative purge. It's really talking about a Christian purge. It's really a movie talking about how, well, David Phillips was told in a dream that the Antichrist, a young man, olive-colored skin, dark hair, dark kind of a close-knit beard, very, very handsome, commanded, and this is when he's world ruler, he commanded all of his followers to start searching out and finding all of the people that did not worship him, did not have the mark of the beast, and kill them. He gave them permission to kill people that did not have the mark. Then you go to Revelation 13:10, and was given him to make war with the saints and to overcome them. That's not Revelation 10. Hang on. Revelation 10. And he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with a sword. What's that saying? It's saying that if you turn people over to the New World Order, you're going to be turned over to the New World Order. If you kill people that are trying to kill you because you don't have the mark of the beast, then you'll be killed. In other words, it is confirming that the devil is going to come after us. The chances of us living, I don't know when the tribulation starts. I'm not convinced it started yet. But let's say it all is concluded by, let's say, 10 years. I do not know that we all can live another 10 years. I don't know. But this stuff right here, this is setting us up to be eliminated. Those based on AI and biometric data feature most prominently for large sporting and other venues and events. These have been waiting in wings for a while, but the pandemic truly gave them, in other words, it's practice. Practice to see if they can get their equipment to work on a whole crowd of people, to track and to monitor a whole crowd of people. Why? Because that's exactly what they plan to do. The Paris Olympics organizers have completed the second AI surveillance test of large crowds. The very fact that these tests tells us the measures are new, but why are they deemed necessary right now is not made very clear. Oh, we prophecy students, we know where they're going with it. French authorities have decided to deploy this type of surveillance, body scanners, not facial recognition. Well, what's a body scanner? Okay, so it's not just looking at your face, it's looking at your whole body, the bone structure, perhaps even the vein structure, your appearance, the way we walk. They used two events, a big French football league game in Paris and a Black Eyed Peas concert as test cases. And what they did was access images from 100 different cameras. They're all testing it. Now let's jump to another one. Now, I turned the name of this website upside down as my protest. And also showed you what I had to scan off because I had to give them my email. And I try to stay out of all computers, out of all databases. If I don't have to give my email and to pry my Social Security number out of me takes a crowbar. I don't want to be in their system. But when somebody puts up here and the actual headline says 26 states are filing lawsuit over an ATF redefined law. So they pass laws, but then through executive orders, they go in and change a little bit of the wording. And that's what they've done here, which changes a whole lot of big things. I'll show you. So Attorney General representing half of the country on May 1. What's May 1? Well, that's May Day. Yeah, well, what's that? That's the day the Illuminati was started. That's their birthday. May 1 sued President Joe Biden's administration over a new rule requiring criminal background checks for all gun sales, including private sales. What are they doing? Well, they're not just tracking people. They want to track guns. They want to stop people from getting guns. Well, why do they not want people to get guns? Well, they want the people breaking in your house to kill you. No, it's when they come to arrest you, they don't want you to have a way to resist. When it comes time for you to take the mark and you haven't taken it, they don't want you to have a weapon. Any way to stop them. Anyway, it goes on to say it redefines engaged in the business of dealing firearms. And under the new rule, almost every transfer of firearm ownership would require at least one party to have a federal firearms license and to perform a criminal background check, including private sales. It goes into effect May 10, whether the person is trading to, quote, predominantly earn a profit, or previously, the defining characteristic was whether the dealer worked to earn a livelihood. In other words, they're making it very, very difficult for people to get firearms and to sell them. They're getting between the firearm, well, I should say between the dealer and the purchaser. Now seeks to exploit the minor changes to the federal law enacted in the BSCA to implement President Biden's preferred policies by executive fiat. It's just Biden signing a piece of paper. All of a sudden now he's getting between the buyer and the seller. The change as an unconstitutional infringement on Americans' Second Amendment rights and an illegal attempt to circumvent the U.S. Congress and enact universal background checks. So it's basically our evil president writing law himself, changing our laws. U.S. military appeared to begin operations off Gaza as soon as this weekend. Okay, what are they really doing? It says it's a temporary port in Gaza to flow additional aid into the enclave by sea. Yes, or maybe it's something worse. Maybe it's to allow an invasion force into Israel, some people are saying. Biden administration condemned from considering plans to accept Palestinian refugees. Here it is. A nation committing suicide, is what the article says. So, it says that Biden is considering plans to accept Palestinian refugees from Gaza. Now, I'm understanding as there's like 3 million people down in Gaza. So is he going to bring 3 million people from Gaza? That's Hamas. These are some of the most evil people in the world. Bring them right into America? Well, if you want to destroy America, that's a pretty good way. Anyway, the details of the potential options to accept Palestinians from Gaza who have immediate family members who are American citizens or permanent U.S. residents. Hasn't done it yet, but he's serious. But based upon everything else he's doing, probably so. Entire nation told to turn basements to air raid shelters over fears Putin will invade them. Okay, so why don't we have any of that in America? Now, this is talking about Latvia, which is right next to Russia, and the government there is telling people you need to make provisions, not only turn your basement into a fallout shelter, but also make it more difficult to where if, say, soldiers were to show up at your house, a little bit more difficult to get in and get you. Well, of course, if they were to start saying stuff like that, it would wake up the sheeple, and we don't want to wake up the sheeple, do we? So, now's a good time for me to talk about EMP Shield. If you want your car to start when the suitcase nukes go off, right here, EMPShield.com. They have videos show you how to put it on your car and put it on your house. And that way, the plan is, when the suitcase nukes go off, your car starts, your computers still work. If not, EMP hits them, fries them. Use the promo code PROPHECY, get you a $50 discount, and yeah, it helps your Prophecy Club. And I guess that's it for today. Let's talk about Joseph's Kitchen. I actually cooked this loaf of bread you're seeing here. Takes me about 10 minutes to put the ingredients together, put it into a bread machine, push a button, 2 hours, 20 minutes later, I get a loaf of bread out like that. Now, if you cut that loaf of bread that weighs about 3 pounds, the loaves you get in the store have most of the good stuff removed. The loaves you get in the store are about 1 pound. That's 3 pounds because it's got the good stuff still in it. Cut that into 14 slices, and if I eat a slice in the morning and the afternoon, I'm satisfied. So on that basis, one loaf can sustain, I didn't say it's everything we want, can sustain one person for a week. Based upon that, it'll get you excellent nutrition. It tastes good, long storage life, 10 minutes to combine the ingredients, 2 hours, 20 minutes to make it. Other wheat that you order arrives in paper bags, which means bugs, rice, humidity can get a hold of it and ruin it. But at Joseph's Kitchen, they send it out in 100 mil thick buckets. Gives you long shelf life. It's stackable. It's nitrogen infuses that hopefully gives it much longer shelf life, kills bugs and things like that. Easily resealable, keep in a climate-controlled area. And they have it in stock. This is a picture, an actual picture of part of the warehouse. Here's another picture of these. Actually, each one of those boxes holds 2,500 pounds of wheat. And I think they've got 54 of those boxes, a bunch of them. So Joseph's Kitchen can ship it to you right now. You go to most of these places, they say out of stock. So here's what you want to do. Everybody needs to get a machine package. These are the things that you need to grind the wheat berries. Put them into a grinder. 30 seconds later, you have flour. You put that into the bread machine along with 6 other ingredients. Push about 2 hours, 20 minutes later, you have a nice hot loaf of whole wheat bread. Then you have to decide how much food you want. You want food 2 people 1 year, 4 people 1 year, 6 people 1 year. And if you want to make certain you have it when the electricity goes down, you can also get yourself a solar generator, all at josephskitchen.com. josephskitchen.com. I've not talked about our books for a long time, so I'm going to take a minute and explain them. First of all, I think this is the very best book that I've ever written, and it's called The Secret Door to Understand Bible Prophecy, but it does not have the word rapture in it, does not discuss it. This is only talking about Bible prophecy. So the story is in 2017, I memorized the book of Revelation. I got 30 revelations, 2 visions, and an audible voice. God showed me the word first fruits is a secret door that links Revelation and the feasts, showing the correct chronological order of Revelation. One prophetic word says there is a lock that I put over a word in the book of Revelation. I'm going to open it to you, and it will turn many books written on the end-time message into obsolete books. That's this book. Then I next wrote Miss the Mark. And it's for anyone. It's simple. It's if they read 3 pages, they'll read the whole book. They read the whole book, they will never take the mark of the beast. Also, this Tribulation Secrets in Daniel is just the most important parts of Daniel that someone living in a tribulation needs to know. These are the best prophecies from the last 32 years of study and teaching Bible prophecy from Dimitri Duduman, Michael Boldea, Leslie Johnson, Henry Groover, Shane Warren, Terry Bennett, Maurice Sklar, Augusto Perez, Doug Metzger, Bree Keaton, and more. Each set of these, in other words, this is a set of 10, a set of 10, a set of 5, a set of 10, a set of 5. It's a total of 40 books. You can get one set of each, 40 books, for a gift of $100 at prophecyclub.com. We also put together a Watchman's package, which contains 2 2-foot by 3-foot charts, and my handwritten book of Revelation, 5 DVDs on the School of the Watchman, and 5 of the copies of Secret Door to Understand Bible Prophecy, all valued at $355 for a gift of $200. prophecyclub.com.